Welcome back to Get Connected. I'm your host, Conn Jackson, and right behind me is St. Vitus Cathedral here in Prague. It is simply sensational. But we have a special treat. Not only are we going to uncover some really neat things happening here in Prague, we're going to return back to the States live with one of my favorite people. You see him on Extreme Makeover. He's an international best-selling author, and of course I'm talking about Ty Pennington. Ty, welcome to Get Connected.
Hey Conn, how are you, sir?
Well, ahoy from Prague, Ty. We have heard, even over here, that you have joined the Blue Team. Tell us what you and the Blue Tool Team are up to.
Well, as you know, with our show, we've been partners with Sears for years, and what's really great is they really understand what we sort of do in the community, making a difference. So the Sears Blue Tool crew recently launched the Do It Together program, which recognizes unsung heroes who use their tools and talents together for the greater good in their community. Now, the Sears Blue Tool crew is also announcing the Do It Together traveling toolboxes. Now, this is really cool. This is toolboxes packed with craftsman tools, and a video camera will be sent around the country to people who really need them, as selected by the Sears Blue Tool crew. So, to be considered for a toolbox, tweet your story at Blue Tool Crew, including the hashtags Tweet for Tools. There's another campaign they're also working with. Is announcing the second year of very cool Unsung Heroes Dads Making a Difference Father's Day contest. So if you know a dad who uses their tools and talents to benefit the community, the Sears Blue Crew wants to know. And to nominate him to win $30,000 for the use in the community, you can do that by going to facebook.com/Sears Blue Tool Crew. So it's another way that they're sort of helping out the community by putting tools in the right hands and really shining a light on some unsung heroes who really want to make a difference in their community.
All right, Ty, not to put you on the spot, but what tools must every guy have in his collection?
Wow, man, the thing about tools is they keep coming up with even better tools. But I think every guy should definitely, well, a tape measure has to be there just so you know what you're working with. But in these days, you've got power and cordless. And the thing is, I think it's always good to have your power tools, because when you're nearby and you've got electricity, there's just nothing that beats the power of those things. However, if you're on the go like I am and you're in a situation where you need to be mobile, I think having those portable tools is quintessential. And I think any guy is going to love any kind of power tool that's got some power to it and to be able to take it with them. So you've got 18-volt amps, you've got drills that just go up in power, and for me, the bigger the better. So I think anybody else who works with tools knows that if you've got something that's got some great power, something that's Craftsman is as good as it gets. And so yeah, I think there's so many things to choose from. It's not just a hammer anymore. I mean, there's so many tools that comes with power packs that you can take with you, whether it be saws, whether it be drills. It's just incredible what can be done. So yeah, I mean, putting the right tools in the right hands, anything is possible.
You know, Ty, you make everything go well on Extreme Makeover, but I'm just curious, what is the biggest challenge you face in doing those shows?
Well, the biggest challenge is oh wow, what would be the biggest challenge? There's so many different challenges. I think one of the biggest challenges is dealing with the elements. Sometimes weather can be a real tough situation. Also, it also can be in location. If you've only got one road leading to the home and you don't have a situation where you can turn trucks around, that can become a logistics nightmare. Not to mention making sure you choreograph all the individual tradesmen to be able to come in at the right times, because it really has to be choreographed like a dance, because you can't have your drywallers in before your plumbers and your electricians have already run their things. It's like everything has to be on a timetable, and when that gets off, well, everything gets backed up. So it takes a lot to pull off, and I think it's incredible that we are able to really keep that kind of organization going when so many things can go wrong. And as you've seen on the show, a lot of things have gone wrong. I mean, we've put drywall up and still didn't have the roof on, and a huge storm came through and destroyed everything we had done up to that point. And so yeah, I mean, it's Murphy's Law. Sometimes if it can go wrong, it does, and then you have to find a way to rally. And I think that's what blows me away. It's when things have gone horribly wrong, nobody gives up, and you figure out a way to get out of it, and make it phenomenal in the end. So yeah, It's always, that's what's great about it, is you never know what's going to happen.
And for you, Ty, what's the biggest reward in doing Extreme Makeover?
Well, you know, I think my experience with the show really sort of showed me what can be done. You know, I think one of the first projects I ever worked on, I think just seeing what can happen when a community wants to do something positive, seeing the energy from that, putting the tools in the right hands, and then realizing that you really can build a home in 4 days. You know, I think for me, you know, it started at a very early age. Like, one of the first things I wanted to build was a tree fort in my backyard, but I didn't have any tools, and I ended up bartering like comics with kids in the neighborhood who had dads with better tools. And in one day, you know, they brought those tools over, and we built a 3-story tree house. And I realized, you know, then that if you believe it, if you dream it, anything is possible. And I think with the show that I do every week, you know, you really see firsthand that with the right heart, with the right drive, and the right tools in the right hands, you can basically build anything you imagine, anything you dream. So it really is, and it takes a community to do that. And so that's what this campaign is all about. It really is it's about people who want to make a difference, who that, you know, want to use their talents and tools to make a difference in their community, so that the entire community really does benefit.
Well, Ty, that is certainly great advice. And I'm just curious in closing, Ty, do you ever have a bad hair day?
Conn, that's a great question. And I wake up every day wondering, am I going to have a bad hair day? Well, let's take a look. Is today a bad hair day? I think maybe it is. But you know what? I'm moving forward. Sometimes you have to just grab some mucus and some sawdust and put it in there and see what happens.
I'm just glad to see that you're human, Ty. Thanks for joining us and giving us such great ideas, and good luck with that campaign.
Thank you, Conn. Thanks for having me.
Always great to have Ty on the set. He brings so much energy. And I don't know, would I look good in that hairdo? May have to try it one day. At this rate, we've got a lot to do. No time for haircuts. We're coming back to Prague, and we're going to experience the most beautiful cathedral and the castle. They're connected. It's wild, and we'll show you when we come back.